Hey guys, and welcome to my channel once again, right? Okay guys, welcome to today's video. Now in today's video we're going to be talking about financial planning for graduates, especially Nigerian graduates, how to manage your first salary. So you're earning salary and you feel like you've landed, you are here, it's now that time. You no longer want Domino's, you now want Panarottis or one Italian place and all of that. I hear you, but should that be the case? Oh, we're gonna find out in this video, right? If it's your first time stumbling on my video, you're very much welcome. Please do not make it your last by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications. I make videos like this, career, personal development, vlogs, fun videos, and all of that, right? Please do subscribe to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, what's up? You guys know that I love you. How have you been? Okay, yeah, let's get into this video. Now I know you feel you've landed that job you've been praying for. You've done it. If you're graduate training, you finished training school. You're not earning big money. I'm rubber salary, right? You don't feel like you have landed. Do you know what 200 or 250k or 300k as the case may be, 500 will do in my life? You have landed. Well, I'm here to burst your bubble to tell you that no, dear, you have actually not landed. You're not there yet. You're almost there, but you're not there yet. Calm down. Be calming down. Have you arrived in terms of salary? Yes, maybe. But if you don't plan well, okay, earning your salary would be like the least of your problem. There are people who earn a lot and still live on borrowed money. Now it's not because they took out a loan or something, it's just because they do not plan for their salary. It leaves so extravagant that they're already owing people before their salary comes in, and when the salary comes in they have to pay off those debts, and by the time they start living, they're living on borrowed funds again. Like, they don't just live within their means, they're always out there doing more stuff. So there are people like that. But anyway, I'm here to tell you that you've not landed, you've not started. Calm down, breathe. I'm here for you, just so that you can be able to adjust yourself and live a good life in the future. So this is your chance at financial stability, right? This is your chance towards financial stability. If you start well and you continue like that, you most likely do so well. Now most likely your job comes with HMO and other benefits, so I wouldn't really be talking about those. Hopefully your job comes with it, so your healthcare, insurance, and all of that is actually covered already. Now, but let's just get into this quickly. Okay, so first you need to do is plan and create a budget. You need to plan for things. How do you want to spend your money? Are you owing anybody? You want to write them down. You want to write all the things you sort of need in your present time, right? You want to write them down. You need to think back. All those times you're going to training school where you were looking for a job, the application, all the interviews you went for, were you owing anybody? So analyze your current self. Are there debts that you're owing that you need to pay? How would you pay? Do you want to pay it in bits over time, in a space of 6 months, a space of 3 months? And there are other compulsory costs, such as your transportation to work. How much does it cost you on the norms for you to get to the office? How much does it cost you? Do you even know, right? Then there's that of, do you take food to work, or do you eat at the office? If you eat at the office, how much does that cost you? Probably your office is not providing lunch for you guys, so how much does it cost you to actually eat lunch? If you do breakfast and lunch, how much does it cost you? Like, you want to break all of that down, and so that you can see exactly where your money is going to, or where your money is likely to go into. And if you're cutting down, you know exactly where to start cutting your costs from. So everything that has to do with within that month, how your money goes, right? All your compulsory costs and all of that, you want to write them down, create a plan for them. Let's get that out of the way. Now the next thing you want to do is to actually set your financial goals. Now for your financial goals, it has to do with how much do you want to save within a year? What are you trying to achieve? It could be long term, it could be short term goals. Exactly what is the plan? Because if I'm trying to save 1 million or 500k a year, right, and I break them down into months, I'm able to tell that, oh, okay, this is exactly how much I can afford. I don't know if you get the gist, right? So this is exactly how much I can afford. This is what I can do. Oh, I might not be able to save 500,000 because of this. This is, if you're paying house rent, you might not be able to save that amount. But you're able to plan yourself and say, okay, but what if I do 20,000? Or what if I do 100,000 every month, right? How much is that after a year? So that kind of thing, you know that, okay, oh, that's more, I think that's about 1.2, yeah. And then you know that, oh, okay, so that I can do, right? So you get the drift. It kind of helps you, keeps you accountable, focused, and motivated. If you have student loans that you're paying off, right, you want to create a goal for them. So all of these, by the time you've planned, you've created a budget and all of that, you've set your goals, it kind of modifies, it kind of shapes how you spend your money, how much you're saving, and all of that, and it keeps you focused on everything you're doing. Now, I don't know why I'm being so very serious as I'm making this video. Something else you want to do, number 3, is you want to live below your means. Yes, either within or at least below. I'm not saying you should not eat well, I'm not saying you should start starving. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, live, or a better way to put it would be live within your means, or maintain the lifestyle you currently live, or you currently have, right? It's not a time to go all out and start doing a lot of things, a lot of new things, a lot of expenses. Nah, it's not a time yet. It will get there, but it's not a time. So avoid falling into lifestyle inflation trap. So maybe you were working, so it's not even just for first time graduates. Maybe you were staying in a room and your salary was increased. You now feel like, I can't do a room and parlor. There's nothing wrong with your apartment. Nothing. You don't even have like enough. You want to use your first salary to pay for that room. You're not even saving towards it. That's where the problem is. Sometimes it's the fact that you don't need that thing. Other times it's the fact that you don't need it right now. Yeah. Or it's something that you can defer while you try to balance up yourself for other things or where you are. I don't know if you get. Avoid falling into lifestyle inflation, and just because you earn higher doesn't mean you have to drastically increase your spendings. So be mindful of unnecessary purchases and anyhow spending. Just avoid unnecessary spending, unnecessary billings as well. Like, consumerism is a thing. Consumerism is a big deal, is a big thing, right? And it shouldn't be what your first paycheck is going into it. Like do not let lifestyle inflation or consumerism eat you up. It's that time that Jackie Aina just did this collaboration with this brand. I feel like you want to change your foundation, you want to change your powder, you want to start skincare, you want to do this. Like I said, there's some things that you would want to change. I'm not saying that you should hoard your money or don't eat well. That's not my point. My point is that try to maintain some sort of standard. Right, try to maintain the standard you were before. Give yourself time to actually gradually elevate yourself into the next level, so that you can adequately save for things, adequately save for all this other maybe a house rent, that new bag, that new stuff. Except you'll be saving for these things before, it's absolutely fine, but it's not a time for you to go from zero to hero. Sorry that expression here, but it's not just a time for you to go from here all the way here. Like, nah, it's not a time. It's not yet time. It's not a time to go for all those parties that you've not been going for and all of that. Just within that first week, you are all out there. Believe me, the hustle and the bustle never ends. So also the fun in Lagos, or in a most likely within a corporate world, it just never ends, because people work so hard, and when it's time to party, they just want to let loose. And all of these bubbling places, they know these things, so they ensure. That's why they are all out there. They are there for your money, and they will take it and it will be gone, and your eye would clear it. Yeah, but my point is, don't just fall into the lifestyle inflation. Don't think you've arrived yet. Calm down, you will get there. What you want to do is differentiate between your needs and your wants, and actually focus on your needs, right? Focus on those things you actually need, at least within the first 3 months, within the first 3 months. Focus on things you actually need. Your wants will be fine, you will satisfy them, but focus on those things that you really need. This will be a time for you to focus, to remember your financial goals, and try to adhere to it, right? And stick to them, right? Let it guide you in how you spend your money. And now, another one is pay off your debt. Maybe when you were in training school, your T-Fair, right, somebody was sponsoring, or you were borrowing money to those interviews, or you had to buy a dress for an interview and all of that, right? You're owing any which way, or probably things were so difficult before you got that job, right? That you were feeding from hand to mouth, you had to borrow. The right thing to do is try and engage those people and pay them back. You might not be able to pay once, but communicate and tell them that, can I break it down into 3 months and I'll pay you. It's very important. Like, I cannot overemphasize how important it is that if you owe people, you pay them. You either pay them once, off once, or you create a plan how you pay them, but let them know if you're going to split it and pay them. If they say they do not want their money broken down, right, tell them that you can pay them at the end of this month or one month, then save that money the way you would have paid them broken down. Create maybe a savings plan on any of this. I have a video about savings, right? Piggyvest to something and be paying that money into it and pay them. Believe me, you want to pay people that you're owing for whatever reason, any money you've borrowed. This is the time. You've already created a plan and written those things down. Now you need to pay people their money, right? For anything, even if it's that Gary seller that was giving you Gary, it's time for you to pay. Now, another thing you want to do is you want to, as much as possible, as little as possible, invest. I know it's sounding like, hey, are you kidding me? One thing about investment is you need to start small. You need to start for you to actually start, right? You don't spend, then you invest whatever is left, or you save whatever is left. No, you actually plan to save, just the same way you plan to buy stuff. Otherwise, bet me, money is never enough for what you need, not to talk of saving. So what you can do is start with as little as 5,000 naira. I'm telling you, start it. Even if it's 3k, find an investment that will accept it, a savings plan that will accept it, and start. So invest in risk-free investment. That's what I would advise. Something that when you invest, your principal is actually safe. I have a video as regards that. Something that when you invest, your principal is actually safe. Research different investment options, whether it's stock or shares you want to do, mutual funds or commercial papers, treasury bills, anything. But know that all of these I've mentioned, it's not all of them that your principal is safe. You want to start with the one that is has the lowest risk before you will faint. Depend on your risk tolerance. I always advise that you start with, or I always say that you start with mutual funds. Why? Because your principal is safe. Although the interest might not be a lot, you can get 9%. Remember, interest is per annum. For most of this investment is per annum. You can get 9%, 10%. I don't know if you can get all the 13% given current economic realities, but yes, it's possible. It might not be a lot, but the thing is, you've taken out that money from your total, from what you have left to spend, and you're just, so that one is actually your savings, and then you're spending what you have left. Just say this savings and investment is totally dependent on your risk tolerance and your financial goals, right? Totally dependent on you, different from individual to individual. Now, remember that you've just started, but you need to invest in yourself, invest in your skill. It might not be maybe the first month or the second month, right? But once you identify a gap, hopefully your company offers you some sort of training, right? Like you have a training funds, you have like a training what's it called, budget for a year, right? If not, invest in yourself as little as possible. You could be Udemy, Coursera, LinkedIn, right? Invest as little as possible in yourself. Buy that course and all of that, because your knowledge and your skills will never be a waste. Those are things that will help you increase, so they're never even a waste. Now, what you want to do is seek advice from people, right? People that have been there, that have started this journey. They will tell you how to better handle it, because they've made these mistakes. You don't have to make the mistake just for you to learn from other people. Of course, I'm a firm believer that I don't have to make the same mistake that somebody has made. I can learn from your mistake and move on. You've made the mistake for the community, and it's fine, right? So seek advice from people, what you should do and all of that. Now, I would like to point out that there are people who believe that their first salary should go to their parents for their parents to bless them and all of that. That's absolutely fine. Most parents will likely give you back that money, right? It's absolutely fine. So I'm not talking about that dynamics, because it's different. So people believe that your first salary should go to God, right? Your first salary, that the full salary should go to God. That's first fruits. That's absolutely fine. To your parents or tithe, ask your parents to pray for you. It's more or less like a seed of gratitude to your parents. That also works. That is also there, right? And I think these are some of the tips that once again, the Lord has blessed you. The Lord is good and kind to you, but you haven't landed yet Or maybe you've landed, but it's not yet time for you to fly and spread your wings and fly. And that time is coming, but it's not here. Anyway, we've come to the end of this video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section which of these tips do you currently practice, or which did you practice while you were at entry level. Did it help you, and how has it been in general? Or what other tips will you give to somebody who is just coming in, right? Something I may have forgotten, or something you do not agree with. That's fine. Let me know in the comment section. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, right? And I'm rooting always for you guys, and I will see you in my next video. My name is Chamaka. Bye guys.